ceremony, page 34, Psalm 15. God, who may live in your tent, who may dwell in the mount of your holiness, those who follow integrity and do what is right and speak the truth in the heart. No malice is on their tongue. They never do wrong to others, cast no discredit on their neighbor. The worthless are rejected in their eyes, but they honor those who fear God. They swear to their own heart, but do not retract. They lend no money for unfair gain, and take no bribe against the innocent. Such people will never be shaken. You can be moved to page 25, 2. In the presence of death, let us not fear. We share it with all who have lived and with all who will ever be. For it is only the dust which returns to the dust as it was. But the spirit returns to God who gave it, and in God's hand is the care of every soul. The world we inhabit is a corridor to the world beyond. We prepare ourselves in the corridor to enter God's presence, who is our employer, who knows our sorrows and our labor. Faithful is God to give us the reward of our good deeds. God redeems us from destruction and leads us in the way of everlasting life. On the following page, please join me in the Hebrew text on the right side of page 26. Adonai Eloi Verzor, Binodesh Yabitzei, Nameinu Choti Nachaleni, Nashvi Yoshevei Vinacheli, Temaglei Tzedek, Temahan Shemu, Gam Kielech Beki Atzal Mavet, Lo Irara, Ki Ata Imadi, Shiftecha Meshantecha Imayna Chamoni, Taroch Lefanai Shulchan Neged Tzorerai, Bishata Vashemer Roshi Kosei Levaya, Abto Bachesed Efkoni Kol Yemei Chayai, Beshavti Bebeit Adonai Leorech Yamim. Will you please join me with the English translation? God is my shepherd, I shall not want. In green fields God lets me lie, leading me by quiet streams, restoring my soul, guiding me in paths of truth, for such is God's name. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no harm, for you are beside me. Your rod and staff, they comfort me. You spread a table before me in front of my enemies. You soothe my head with oil, my cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy seek me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of God forever. May I invite Daniel to deliver this eulogy.
I'd like to start by mentioning those unable to be here today. My mum has dementia, and both the nurses and I agreed to be here may potentially damage her health. Anthony and Sarah in the States and Julia in Italy would like to join Dad's sister Angela at Hoop Lane to spread Dad's ashes later this year as per his request. Dad had an amazing lust for life, and he and Mum had such busy social lives. They enjoyed golf, boating. Dad and I even learned to do scuba diving together. Dad was once Commodore of Pentonville Boat Club and loved a good debate. To be fair, he had some strong views on many subjects and really loved a good argument. Dad felt very strong community bond with being Jewish and got tremendous solace, especially in recent years, from both his friends and the synagogue. Dad also enjoyed his membership of the U3A. Anthony called Dad most days, and due to the timelines, Dad called him sometimes late at night, especially when he missed Mum. Sarah, Anthony's daughter, stayed with Dad a couple of years ago and recalls with joy going through photo albums, listening to his stories from the past. Sarah also enjoyed lunch here with Dad, Irene, Barbara, Miriam, Jerry, and there was another lady I just heard this morning that was there that I didn't write down, I'm afraid, I'm sorry. Angela called twice a day and listened and helped Dad as he pined for Mum. Like Angela, my brother Colin called Dad 6 days a week and also listened and comforted him as he tried to settle down on the south coast. Hannah, my daughter, had without doubt such a bond with Mum and Dad. Since birth, they had loved each other and had many weekends Hannah staying with them. Amazingly, last week, Mum asked to see her. Both Hannah and Stephen got to see him only days before he died, as did Angela, Nick, Jerry, and my wife and I. Dad told me about his many antics in the RAF. I especially loved his story riding pillion with a friend on a motorbike, giving him an insulin jab while smelling lunch cooking strapped to the exhaust pipe. After the war, Dad married Mum, and shortly after, Anthony, Colin and I arrived. As a family, we loved weekends on the family's boat and won many competitions and travelled to many European countries. We didn't travel to many European countries. We went to France and England predominantly. I recall after Dad led a flotilla of 15 boats across the Channel to Calais, upon safe arrival in France, the other boat owners told him how professional the journey was and how well he skippered through the busiest traffic corridor in the world. They asked how many times he had done this. His reply, "This was my maiden journey." Dad and Mum and I worked together for 25 years, during which time we have many, many memories, too many to recount here today, but good memories nonetheless. Now things take a sadder turn. Mum developed dementia and is now living in a nursing home in Liverhampton. After 70 years of marriage, Dad had to come to terms with losing his soulmate. I wish we could fix her, but sadly we can't. Ironically, Mum was in Worthing Hospital where Dad was the day he died, having an x-ray on her knee, and again he was deemed unhealthy to put them together, but together they were. I think in the Jewish religion it's called bruschetta. Might be wrong, sorry. But in English it's kismet. Dad felt so lonely despite regular calls and amazing friends he's met locally, who I'm so glad to see here today. I know Dad was grateful for all your support and ultimately just wanted to be with his wife he'd grown old with and wanted her by his side. Nick, you have not only been a great friend to Dad and have those around you, but really helped me, a relative stranger. I can't thank you enough. While on the subject of help, my brother Colin and Rose have helped, not only helping us with Mum's nursing home setup, but personally to be on the phone to guide me through this whole emotional nightmare. And to be fair, my lovely, lovely wife, who has been amazing, let me practice this speech again. Now I guess it's time to ask these amazing people who run this service if it's the right time to begin. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Daniel. Maurice Jones, which we remember today, was the devoted, loving, and supportive husband of Rosemary. They grew up together, they experienced together chances and changes. They created together a home of love and companionship, full of friends. They held each other in times of anxiety and difficulty, and rejoiced with each other in success and achievement. Maurice has been the father of Anthony, Colin, and Daniel, who have received life and love from him. Maurice taught his children to live righteously and to love completely. They all, as we know, cherish memories of their father's love, of his word of reassurance, of encouragement, and of pride in celebrating success. Now I come to the grandchildren, the list is quite long and more complicated to remember, but I'll try. We remember Grandpa Morris, grandfather of Isabel, Harvey, Katie, Stephen, and Sarah. You all have fond memories of your grandfather, of his love and words of encouragement as he watched you blossoming through life. But also as Jews today we remember Moshe ben Yosef, the Jewish man born in London 97 years ago, in a deeply Ashkenazi Jewish environment from which he learned to appreciate the virtues and the Jewish values of entrepreneurship, hard work, and love for the family. As you heard, Morris was always ready to learn new skills, be it photography when he was a soldier, or at a slightly more advanced age, scuba diving. He had strong opinions, which he was never afraid to make public, and first and foremost, he loved and supported his family and his wife in difficult times, which unfortunately are still going on. As a rabbi, quite often people ask me what is Judaism. It is a religion, it is a culture, it is a people. It's a strange religion. Because, contrary to other religions, we don't have a definite set of belief in the afterlife. You can be a Jew and believe there is a heaven out there. You can be a Jew and believe that after so many persecutions, there is no such a thing like divine justice. You can be a Jew and believe there is reincarnation, the Gula Nefesh. All the possible opinions are there, but we all agree on one point, that we pay honor to our beloved ones when they are no longer with us, by turning their memory into an inspiration and a blessing. This is the reason, by the way, why we put next to the name of a deceased Jewish person the two letters, Zayin and Lam. It means Zikrono Libracha. May his memory become a blessing through our constant looking at them as a source of inspiration. So, as a Jewish person, as a rabbi, I cannot tell where Morris is now. But I know we have the duty to honor his memory in the Jewish way, to think to his life as an inspiration and as an example. To think to his moral strength, his independence of opinion, his courage to push the boundaries, his lust for life, and above all the love he had for all the generations of his family. This is the way to turn his memory into blessing and an inspiration, Zikrono Libracha. And it's not easy. The passage from mourning to learning, from remembrance to blessing, is a long process. It needs time. It needs words. So I didn't have the opportunity to meet Morris in my life. I want to share with you a word of a poem, which come from a poet, not from myself, but I want to share this word with you. And I hope this word will help those who are mourning Moshe ben Yosef, Morris Jones, to turn his memory into an inspiration and a blessing. Try to remember that a good man can never die. You will see him many times. You will see him in the streets. You will see him in the houses, in all the places of the town, in the vineyards and orchards, in the rivers and clouds, in all the things here that make this a world for us to live in. You will feel him in all things that are here out of love, all the things that are abundant, all the things that grow. The person of a man may live or be taken away, but the best part of a good man stands. It stands forever. Love is immortal. It makes all things immortal. May the memory of Moshe ben Yosef become for us a source of inspiration and blessing. Let us say, Amen. I ask you please to open your prayer at page 35. And if possible, to read the English translation of each stanza after I read it in Hebrew. Page 35. Atzur tamim bekol derachaf, erech apayim malei rachamim. Amolna alavot ubanim, ki lech Adonai serichot ve'arachamim. God, our rock, is perfect in every way, long-suffering and full of mercy. Take pity on our parents and children, for forgiveness and mercy are yours. צדיק אתה אדוני לחנית ולחיות, אשר בידיך בקדום כל רוחות. עלילה לך זיכרוננו למחות, יונה לך ברחמים עלינו וכוחות. You are just in bringing life beyond death, for in your hand is the care of every soul. Your eyes watch over us with mercy, for you do not blot out all memory of us. ידך כל בשר יבואו, ופשעיהם אתה תכפרם. אם עוונות ישמוריה, אדוני מי יחמוד. To you all flesh must come, and you will pardon their sins. God, if you should not around with you, our God who could stand. Shall we continue the following page? Kirei kabet elaim, ken tekabetzenu linere shalom, ירחם אבל הבנים, כן תרחם אדוני עלינו, אתה תשפוט צאתנו גואנו, ובצל כנפך תסתירנו. As the Father is tender to his children, so you be tender to us. You guard us when we go out and when we come in. In the shade of your wings you shelter us. גם חושך ישיב עלינו כי ביורך נראה. אדוני תשפוט שלום לנו, ומותך תצור רוחנו. Even darkness will not darken our spirit, for in your light we see light. God, bring us peace and make your faithfulness give our spirit strength. I ask you please to stand. Saden Adonai Eloheinu kasher yidom b'tzarenu, nachamenu kasher nicha beyigonenu, ozrenu kasher nisa et masak yaveinu, chazek et yadeinu Adonai tzureinu v'golenu. Support us, God, in your sorrow through grief. Comfort us who are bent down with sorrow. Help us as we bear the weight of our loss. God, our rock and our Redeemer, give us strength. מלמוות לנצח ומך אדוני, כמה מעל כל פנים, ויגור בין החייסים מעל כל לב, כי לאדוני ישועה ובאמו בידוד. God swallows up death forever, wipes away tears from every face, and takes the pain and sorrow from every heart. For salvation comes from God, whose power redemption is vast. God has given, God has taken away. May God's name be blessed. Adonai Natan, Adonai Lakach, Yeshim Adonai Mevorach. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר עשה אתכם בדין, וזלח אתכם בדין, והעמיד אתכם בדין, ויודע מספר כולכם בדין, ועתיד להחזיר אתכם בדין. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים. Blessed are you, our living God, the sovereign universe, who created you in judgment, who maintained and sustained you in judgment, who caused you to die in judgment, who knows the number of all of you in judgment, and who will afterwards restore you to life in judgment. Blessed you, God, who use life beyond death. You are the endless power that can use life beyond death. You are the greatness that saves. You care for the living with love. You renew life beyond death with unending mercy. You support the fallen and heal the sick. You free prisoners and keep faith with those who sleep in the dust. Who can perform such mighty deeds? And who can compare with you as sovereign, who brings death and life and renews salvation? You are faithful to renew life beyond death. You can move to page 43. אלוהי נשמה שנתת בו טהוראי, אתה יצרת, אתה נפחת בו, ואתה משמרה לעולם, ואתה נתת אותה לחיי עולם. ברוך אתה אדוני המחזיר נשמות למתים. My God, the soul you gave is pure, for you created it, you formed it, and breathed it into him. You care for it forever, and taking it to life everlasting. Blessed are you, living God, who brings the dead to life everlasting. May soul come to its resting place in peace. Albe komod yavo v'shalom. You can move to page 53, 5. מלא רחמים, שוכן במרבים אמצי מנוחה נכונה תחת כנפש שכינה במלול קדושים וטהורים כזוהר הרקיע שלח לעולמו. פניו על הרחבים, אז תראו בסתר כנפיך לעולמים. וצרור בצרור החיים אין נשמתו, אדוני הוא נחלתו, וינוח בשלום על משכבו ונאמר אמן. זה איתנו בקדיש, בשביל תקופה.
Start now. Iskadal, Iskadash, Amen. Allah, Hussein, Loch, Mount Hussein, Chol, Chai, Chol, Beis Israel, Allah, Zim, Kavik, Ibru, Amen. Yehesh, Mei, Rabban, Allah, Allah, Alamai, Alamai, Yah. Yisbarach, 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 Yisrael, Yisnasei, Yisadah, Yisalah, Yisalau, Shemay de Kedusha, Re'afu, Le'alei Yilchol Rochosa, Shushrasa, Shushrachasa, Benechemata, Yamron, Belma, Bidru, Amen. Yehei Shlama, Rama, Mishamaya. V'chayim Aleinu, Yalchol Yisrael, Bimu, Amen. Osei Shalom B'Ramav, Hu Ya'asei Shalom, Aleinu Yalchol Yisrael, Bimu, Amen.
Put your hand in the command this way, and may the Spirit is body also. God will be peace with him, we shall not fear, we shall not fear, Rucho v'Yato, Adonai lo v'lo nila.
Oh, so everybody knows who you are.
Yes,
So I don't need to say
No,
that.
thank you very much.
The ceremony is now
The sermon tonight, Mr. Jones, blessed be is now concluded. On behalf of Rabbi Dr. Razanara and the Washington Presbyterian Synagogue, we would like to take this opportunity to wish all of the family who are here, the family who could not be present today, all the friends, only good health and good memories and good things for the future. And as we've heard, dear Mrs. Jones is in a nursing facility at the moment. And again, we would like to wish her all the very, very best and only good things for the future, to enjoy good moments and good memories with her wonderful family. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please could you allow me to read the families into